This might be a holy disaster. Welcome back to my channel. We have a ton of stuff to do today. We have sneak peeks that we're releasing soon. We have a giveaway winner to announce, and I'm going to step outside of my PDF box and sew up a paper pattern. So stick around while I tell you all about it. Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about today is the paper pattern that I decided to sew. Everyone knows I'm a PDF designer, but I really wanted to do a video that's a little out of my comfort zone. I really had high hopes for this video, being very encouraging and supportive. I wanted it to be like, PDF patterns are great, but paper patterns are fun to sew too. It is already not going well. I'll get to that in a minute. I decided to sew up a Butterick pattern. This one apparently was mislabeled or something because I could not find it online, and then one of my testers said that the number was wrong or misprinted on the envelope. This one says it's R10228, but it's really B6680. I wanted to do a newer Butterick pattern. I haven't purchased a paper pattern in a long time. Like, if I told you how long, you would probably be able to figure out how old I am, and I'm not doing that today. So I went to the store and I got this one, and I just love this design. It is 3 different views of a dress with, I think, 3 different skirt options, and there's gathering at the hip. It just looked really fun, and you know how much I love knit patterns. Okay, so let's just dive right in. I just want to start by saying that I'm not being endorsed by Butterick, or are they sponsoring this video. I'm just basically sewing this to be ironic. First thing that you see on the back of the envelope, on the flap, is the sizing. I'm probably going to talk about this for a long time, so settle in. Okay, so the first thing I noticed when I went to the store is this pattern is available in size 6 to 22, but it's divided into 5 size increments. So in one size option for this pattern, you can get sizes 6 through 14, and the next available sizes in a separate envelope are 14 through 22. So right off the bat, I'm confused. First, I have to figure out what size I am on their size chart. Typically in PDF patterns, I'm between 8 and 10, higher end of small, lower end of medium for my bust. My hips usually range anywhere between a 10 and a 14. I'm pear-shaped, so my hips are roughly 3 to 4 sizes larger than my bust in most cases. So when I checked the chart, it put me in a size 14 bust and a size 20 hip. Okay, so I'm just gonna tell you right now that the size numbers doesn't affect me at all. Pattern size numbers are just numbers. What really concerned me was that my size is 1 size away from being off this chart. Also, I have to grade most patterns from bust to hip. This pattern might not be as critical just because it is a flowier skirt. So if you're grading, you want all of your sizes in the same envelope on the same pattern piece. And now I'm lucky enough that both of my sizes are in one envelope. The 14 and the 20 are included together. Thank God. But if I had a size 12 bust and a size 18 hip, I basically have to buy 2 separate envelopes. Not to mention how annoying that would be trying to grade between 2 different pattern pieces. I mean, I've been out of the paper pattern game for a long time. Is this right? How is this not talked about more? I understand that there are some people who swear by paper patterns and there are others who swear by PDF. I guess it's all personal preference. I'm just annoyed right now. In the PDF sewing community, we talk a lot about size inclusion, especially in Facebook groups. This gets discussed daily, weekly, every single second of the day. The discussions are important because it makes people think about their business and how inclusive they really want to be. I don't think there's a perfect pattern company out there, but it does make you think and reflect on what you're doing as a business. I just feel like paper pattern companies missed this memo. My size is pretty much dead center on most PDF pattern companies' size charts. It's like in the middle there somewhere. When I see that almost falling off of paper pattern company size charts, like, that's an issue. And I understand the entire argument about, well, plus sizes back in the day aren't the same as plus sizes today. I agree with that. But we're trying to move forward. It's 2019. Progressive thinking, aggressive size charts. Everything doesn't have to be like it was in the 50s. I understand plus sizes can be different in different circles. When I have models that apply to do runway, models that send me measurements that are about my size are considered plus size or curvy models. And that's a fine line to walk. In that industry, if I were to model, I would be considered plus size, at least because of my hips. But if I would post in my Facebook group and hashtag, they're gonna come for me. It is a very fine line. So I guess the paper pattern companies are using the same type of sizes in runway fashion. And if that's how they wanna keep it, that's how they wanna keep it. I guess just when I compare paper to PDF patterns, I just see so much more response to size inclusion, and it's important to advocate for that. No one's perfect, no one has the perfect size chart, but we're all still learning, we are all still growing, and I'm really proud of the PDF community. And it's okay to be held to a higher standard, it just makes you better. Like, I think Patterns for Pirates and Made for Mermaids just announced they were expanding their size chart, and I think Judy's went past mine, so now I'm gonna have to fight her. I'm kidding, Judy. So I guess that was my rant and my plea to paper pattern companies. Like, you're missing out. You're missing out on business, you're missing out on beautiful makes, and you're missing out on an awesome community of sewists. Like, going up to a 44-inch bust isn't even kind of close. So thanks for coming to my TED Talk today. Okay, so now that I'm done about sizing, everyone that I've talked to says that paper pattern companies build in a ton of ease into paper patterns. So we're gonna find out today how this one fits compared to my measurements. I don't see any finished measurements for bust width. The only finished measurements I see are the lower edge of the skirt and the back length from base of neck to the bottom of the dress. Maybe it'll help to see the pieces. I feel like I'm going to destroy this thing in 30 seconds. I'm so used to using printer paper and being like pretty hard on it. I'm just not this dainty. I need my table. I feel like I'm tearing the crap out of this thing. I ripped it. On to instructions. I'm actually really impressed with these instructions. The few paper patterns I've sewn before, their instructions left a lot to be desired. But as I'm going over it, it's comparable to PDF. They have a cutting guide. All of the steps are listed. And it's 2 pages with a bunch of steps on it. So that's good news. So let's go get our pieces cut out and start sewing. Cutting out the pieces were a struggle for me. I was tearing stuff. It was kind of a disaster. Muslin fit. I'm actually pretty impressed with the fit. It's a little wide through the shoulders. I don't think there's that much negative ease built into this pattern. I do love the way that the gathers are. It's actually pretty nice. I could maybe stand to go down one size, but to do that I'd have to go buy the other pattern, and probably not doing that today. I'm going to use double knit for my final version. The model on the cover has a really pretty floral that I might see if I have any, and I want her shoes. So yeah, I'm gonna try one in double knit, and that should bring it in a little bit more. I'm gonna widen the bands just a little bit because these are tiny Look how little they are. Hopefully the double knit version will still gather really nicely, and I will add the skirt and we'll see what happens. I'm not sure how flattering the style is on me, just because of the drop waist. The waist ends right here. With using the Liverpool, it didn't gather as much as the jersey, which is to be expected, but I'm not hating the fit. It's kind of loose. It's not super snug. I did do binding at the armbands and the neckband just to bring in the shoulders just a smidge. The skirt seems really long to me just because you all know I like wearing short skirts, but overall I think it fits as it's intended to. It may just not be my style. So overall, the pattern wasn't as terrible as I expected it to be. Just going off of reviews and what people have told me, I was really worried that it was gonna end up like 2 or 3 sizes too big, but for me, in this pattern with the fabric that I used, it was pretty much spot on. The instructions were really good. I didn't have any issues sewing it up. I liked sewing the elastic. The method that they used was really interesting, and I enjoyed that part the most, I think. It was a really easy pattern to put together. The pieces all went together great. So as a PDF designer, I should probably go through the pros and cons of both types of patterns, since we decided to sew up a paper pattern today. With pieces on the paper pattern, it's already all put together. All you have to do is cut out your size. The tissue paper, I had a really hard time with today. I think it's just from using paper pieces all the time, and you can be pretty rough with them. I tore the tissue quite a few times today. With PDFs, you have to assemble all of the pieces unless you get the A0 copy printed. Also with PDFs, there's the layer function that you can print just your size. With construction though, I didn't see a huge difference. It all pretty much went together the same way I sew all the time. Also with most of the PDFs I know, they have a full size range and they're all nested together. So if you have a 3 or 4 size difference between your bust, waist, and hips, you can grade all across the chart. I don't know exactly how all paper pattern companies do it, but with Butterick, if you need certain sizes, you will have to buy 2 separate patterns. And I hear people talking about 99-cent patterns all the time, and I don't know where you are all getting these from. This one, well, it's a new one too, but it was $19.95 and I got it on sale last night for $14, I believe. So to me, there's a price difference just because I know what I charge for my patterns, but there are pretty many options on this one. And of course, the thing I have the most issue with is the size range. I'm not 100% sure if paper patterns do testing of any kind. I did speak with a Butterick designer last year at an event. She says she drafts a size 10, makes up one dress, then she sends it to New York to have it graded out, and then they release the pattern. Do I know if that's how all paper pattern companies do it? I have no idea. Maybe that's just that one designer, but I think that's what's seriously lacking from paper patterns as well. I mean, this girl on the front of this cover is gorgeous, but for a lot of people, if they want to buy the pattern, they want to see what their body type is going to look like in the pattern. Going from a size 6 to a size 22, in my opinion, is not far enough. So if they use a size 10 for their test fit, I compared that to the G&G chart. Size 10 in Butterick is a G&G size 2. Or maybe these paper pattern companies are looking into expanding their size range, and this whole video is for nothing. I know it takes time, I know it takes money, and I really think the Big Four would benefit from expanding their sizes. No one pushes businesses that we don't care about. We're all trying to make sewing a big deal still, and we all push for inclusiveness so that everyone has a chance to enjoy it. I learned a lot today from sewing up this paper pattern. I'm glad that I did it, and I'm pretty happy with the results. As always, I'm gonna pop some photos in at the end of the video so you can see modeled shots of my dress that I made today. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Follow us on all of our social media, that's linked in the description. And if you've stayed with me this long, now it's time for the fun part. I know someone's asking about this top already. Tomorrow, we are having a big release. It's the first one we've had in quite a while. I'm so excited about this pattern. I have been working on it since May. It's gone through round after round of testing, and we are finally ready to release. I decided to design a add-on bodice for the Mix It Up pattern, and it turned out a little bit of good and a little bit of evil. It's perfect that it's releasing on Friday the 13th. So make sure you check out the G&G group tomorrow. Check out our page, Instagram, Snapchat. We're going to be announcing it everywhere. There's going to be tester photos all over the place. And before you ask, it has been tested in every single size with boobs bigger than mine. So don't panic. You will see it all tomorrow. And I'm so pumped. And now we get to announce the winner of the YouTube giveaway. I want to say thank you to everyone that has commented, subscribed, supported this whole YouTube channel. It makes it so much fun to do videos on here when I know that I have fans that are following it and watching it. And it just means everything to me that you don't think I'm boring every week. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope we can do another one of these soon. The winner of the Kindle Fire and the Bluetooth headphones is Tracy Bissett or Bissett. I don't know. I'm going to reply to your comment. Just shoot us an email and I will get that shipped out today. And thanks to everyone that commented and entered the giveaway. So I think I'm done for today. I'm gonna get out of here. Make sure you tune into YouTube this weekend. I'm going to upload the studio tour so it's finally here on YouTube. I will see you all next week, Thursday. Bye.